want to show you how we can unlock the business value from the data stored in the Dataverse database, right? With the Copilot Studio native GenAI capability. So essentially, what we want to do here is we have a data in Dataverse, right? Which is kind of a relational database, right? So in this case, I have created an employee table, right? Which has employee information, right? It has in row and columns, right? So what we want to do is we want to interact that information in the natural language, right? So instead of going and asking as a keyword, right, we will interact in the natural language, right? So essentially, we will leverage the Copilot Studio knowledge source capability, where we will add the knowledge source, and essentially, the Copilot Studio will use the rag-based architecture. So first, what it will do is after receiving the query, it will build the SQL query based on the user question using the GenAI, right? And then it will fire that query uh, with against the Dataverse DB and will retrieve the relevant information. And then to enrich the answer, again it will call the GenAI model, and then it will summarize the information, right? So let me go ahead and show you the demo, right? So this is the my employee table which has a employee related information which I will use to interact through the Copilot Studio, right? So essentially, first step what we need to do here is we need to add the data source, right? So this is the chatbot I have built in the advance, but I will show you how we can build or how we can interact with the data source, right? So first thing what we need to do is we need to add the knowledge, right? So basically, let's click here. So as you can see, Copilot Studio natively provide different sources, right? But here today we are interested only for the Dataverse. So I will go ahead and click on the Dataverse. Then once I clicked here, uh, automatically it is showing me all the tables which are available in this Dataverse, right? And here I am interested in employee table. So let me just get the table. So this is the table which I want to use, right? So let's go ahead and click next. And then it is showing the preview of the data, right? So it has a date of birth, employee ID, first name and last name, right? So these are the information this table is just showing the preview, and then click next, right? So now it is showing the knowledge detail, right? So uh, automatically it give the name of the knowledge source as a employee, right, which is the table name. We can change also, and then automatically it created the description, right? So this description will be used by the Copilot Studio when it will interact with the GenAI, right? And then we can also define the synonyms and glossary, right? But for this, to make this demo simple, I am not selecting these options, right? And then we can click add and add this source, right? But since I already have this source added, so I will not add this one. I will just go ahead and click cancel. So now let's click cancel. So this is the how once you click add, this is the how the data source will show here, right? So in this case, my employee table is showing, right? And this is the type of data was type, right? And it is completed, so that's why it is showing the ready, right? So now what I will do is I will go and show you how we can ask the question to the Dataverse table in the natural language, right? So let me go ahead and just let me clean this. Let me go and ask what is the last name of John. Okay, so it is taking time, so it means actually it is building a query and then going to Dataverse, right? And then okay, so now it received the information, right? So even if you see here, it, it is the response is also properly formatted, right? So John last name is Doe, and let's go ahead and confirm. And this is the last name, right? So the information is correct, and it is also providing the citation link to validate this information, right? So now let me ask another question. How many employees you have? Okay, so let me ask this question here. Okay, so it is following the same process, right? So it might be building a query and then running that query against this one. Okay, so now we can see it returned the response. The organization has a 50 employee in total. So let's go ahead and confirm this value. So you can see here this table has a 50 record, right? It means it has a 50 employee, right? So basically this is how we can add the data source, right? As a Dataverse, right? It's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward, right? And then we can test with the different questions and answer, right? So it is responding everything in the natural language, right? So thank you for watching my video.